Yes, it's Friday. Let's see who is first today. Will it be Janet with her heart? We'll see who's first today. We'll see who's first. I know I was running a little bit late. You know how they treat me on Friday nights. Who's going to be first? Is it Janet with her heart, or is it going to be someone else? Let's see. Who will be first today? Who will be first? Oh, Linda Kelly is first. Good to see Linda. The Honorable Judge Tammy Stokes. Always great to see her on as well. Edna is on. Hello, Susan. Good to see you yesterday at Juliet Lowe Elementary School. Um, hey, Katina. Thank you so much for joining me. And there go Janet with her heart. Lauren, hey, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. The Honorable Tina Dade Broughton from Pensacola, Florida. Good to see you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us. Diana is on with us. Hello. Um, let's see. Diana is on. Let me see. I'm trying to catch up. Hey, Sister Barbara Foster. Good to see you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. Lakista, thank you for joining us. Hello. Jean is on. Hello. Kathy, hello. Carrie says hello to everybody. Miss Charlotte is on. Hey, good to see you. Catherine is on as well. Crystal Creations, finally met her. Good to see you. I appreciate that. Deanna Blige, good to see you. Tia is on as well. Gloria Wells, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And well, Judge, if you say you were first, Your Honor, you were first. Cause I don't need that type of drama in my life. So if you say you were first, Your Honor, you were first. All right. Good to see you, Dennis. And Joyce Paris is on with us every Friday night. Um, hey, Sarah Stevens, Liberty City's famous, finest, and Liberty County's finest. Good to see you. Sharonda, the prima donna is on. Good to see you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us. Lenora Moore is on. Margie is on. Same to you. Um, my brother Theron Johnson. Now, Theron Johnson is a beast. If you ever watch the Political Gang on Georgia Public Broadcasting, he's my brother and my friend. I'm surprised, you got time to even be on a little country show like us. But good to see you. Angela Benton is on as well. Judy Nixon Johnson is on with us. Always good to see her. Richard Dinkins is next to here, but Joya is not next to him. So I hope we all right. But good to see you, Brother Richard. Good to see Patricia on. And yes, it was good to see you as well. Um, Coach Cassell Bell is on from Jacksonville, Florida. Good to see her. Okay, there go Joya. So I guess all is right in the Dinkins household. Kathy Brown Grant is on with us as well. Um, Carolyn Williams is on. Good to see you, Carolyn. Thank you for joining us. Reverend Vaughn Jackson, good to see you. And I heard you've had death in your family, so you and your family are in my thoughts and prayers. Good to see Elizabeth Richardson. Thank you for joining us as well. Camila is on. Hello, Camila. Um, it is Friday, and it just seems like on Friday night everybody want to talk to me and stuff. And I'm like, I got to go. I got stuff to go. So, hey, Candace Parker is on with us, and Richard says y'all are next to each other, so that's good. Lydia, good to see you as well. Hey, John, thank you so much for joining us as well. Aunt Ollie is on. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Brother Keith Kimball has joined us, and so we're always glad to see Keith on. Thank you all. Good to see Mama Marsha on. Good to see you, Mama Marsha. Um, Molly probably be late again. You know, I ain't snitching or nothing, Mama Marsha, but how the child is. So, um, Jacqueline, good to see you. Thank you. And Gloria is saying Tara Strong. Patricia, I love you too. We are all Tara Strong. Thank you so much. Latasha Jarrett, I am doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Catherine Brewington, I hope you're back in town. I know you've been kind of off all over the place, so hope you're doing well. Good to see Lynn Brennan on as well. I think I saw you this week, so it's good to see you. Diane Barnes has joined us. Iron Bull is on with us every week, and he's on with us, so always good to see him. And to all of you, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being a part of our Friday night experience. We are excited. We are gratified that you have taken the time to be able to join us. Those of you who reach out and those who don't reach out, and those of y'all who look afterwards, act like we don't know that you're looking. We know you're looking. You're not fooling nobody. Nothing to hide here. But I'm glad to see. Oh, wow. So Miss Charlotte is 75 years old tomorrow. All right. Well, Miss Charlotte, we're going to give Mama Charlotte a happy 75th birthday. She is a faithful member of Friday Night Live, even when her daughter is not on. So y'all, let's show some love to Mama Charlotte. And so we appreciate her. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Um, let's see, Laura Simmons, good to see you. James wants to know, do we have a program where we can speak to incarcerated youth and adults? Um, we do, kind of, sort of. We don't have it, but there are some out there. Um, I can, inbox me and let me see if I can point you in the direction of some. And I guess, are you speaking to them to motivate them? Send me more information. Let's see what's going on. Cheryl Childers is on with us as well. Lydia is Tara Strong. Good to see Felicia on with us as well. And of course, the Honorable Gabrielle D. Nelson, the awesome councilwoman from Port Wentworth, Georgia, District 1. Good to see you, ma'am. And no, I'm not really home and relaxing. I'll tell you more about the shirt in a minute. I've been wearing it like half the day. Um, so let's see, what else? Hey, Rashawn, thank you for joining us. Glad that you're with us as well. Uh, and everybody's sending love out to Glenda Jones. Glenda Jones has appeared on the timeline, and so we're glad to have her. Good to see you, the great Linda Jones. And Ernestine is right. It's not old, it's young. And I will tell you, Miss Charlotte has more energy than her daughter, Georgette. So you're right. Lydia, good to see you as well. And we're sending out love to Catherine Grant. It's her late mom's heavenly birthday. And so it means it's still her birthday. So we'll give love to Catherine as well. Good to see B. Michelle Robbins. Thank you for joining us. Uh, and let's see more love coming for Mama Charlotte. Patty is checking in from Florida Space Coast. Always good to have her with us. Ivory Fair has snuck into the room. So if anybody knows Terry Mobley, tell Terry Mobley that she needs to come in here and get her child. Good to see Barbara Kaufman on. I hope you're doing well. Hope the hubby is doing well. So I appreciate you being on, and so I'm going to give you some love. I'm going to give you some care. I'm going to give you a hug. And so we're thinking about you and praying for you as well. Evangeline Johnson on. Good to see you. Thank you. Again, we are sending love out. Good to see Lisa on. Hey, Lisa, hope you're doing well. Thank you very much. Sandra Smith has joined us. Good to see you as well. And wow, so I got both Nelsons on now. Hey, that's something. I got Gabby and I got Kareem. Now, who's watching the kids? If Gabby's on and Kareem is on, I mean that means the kids are like turning up all over the house. So we have to figure out what's going on with that. So, but good to see you, Kay. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It was a scare, but thank God all is still well. Sherry Smiley, thank you for joining us as well. Brittany Castle is on with us. Good to see attorney Veronica Brinson, one of Macon's finest attorneys, and glad that you are joining us in the Seaport today as well. Bernice Lohman, who can brand you and help get you right. She's on. So good to see you, Bernice. Thank you for joining us as well. So Estella Hopkins is on. Good afternoon, good evening to you, Estella. Sabrina Robertson is on. I saw Sabrina this week, so that was cool. And again, happy birthday to your mom as well. And so we'll go ahead and get into it. Jacqueline Grant is on, And so you all know if it's Friday. If it's Friday, y'all know what goes down on Friday. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Hey, Marsha Silverman has joined us. Thank you very much. And uh, Miss Barbara says that hubby is an excellent patient. It's because he has an excellent nurse. He has an excellent boss telling him what to do. So we appreciate that. Good to see Charlinda Warner on with us. Good to see you, Charlinda. Thank you for joining us from the DMV. Appreciate that. Love seeing you on. And Betty Jackson has also joined us as well. Molly has finally showed up, Mama Marsha. And so happy Friday to Molly, who is the child craft whisperer, and Loop It Up Savannah. And they have their Soup It Up coming up, and everybody is excited about Soup It Up finally after a hiatus. Good to see Tony on as well. And Tamara, right? I got it right? Tamara. So she has joined us. Carolyn Bryan is on with us. Tiffany, James Strada is on. Good evening to you. I'm glad to have you with us, and I hope that you selling some houses. So it's Friday, and you know what goes down on Fridays. It's the longest relationship, the longest situationship, the longest entanglement, the longest thing going on. Good to see you, Miss Ophelia. It is Friday Night Live, and here we are again doing it. Dr. Tony Jordan, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We are so happy that you have joined us. It meant that we made it another 7 whole days. Hey, Georgia Banks, thank you for joining us. So we are grateful. And ladies and gentlemen, this is week number 154. 154. Yes, 1,079 days, 2 years, 11 months, or 35 months, 12 days, every single Friday we have gotten together. Every single Friday since the pandemic. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of our experience. And I see Miss Charlotte has got on here, and I'm going to go ahead and give her some love because I want to. Did I give it? Did I do it? Do it? Yes, yes, yes. So, and Molly says we're looking forward to Soup It Up, for Loop It Up. And Doris has joined us as well. And yes, 154. We are doing this. And ladies and gentlemen, all rise because the bishop has entered the room. Jackie Gilbert Grant has entered. And so therefore, we will act and govern ourselves accordingly, because that's what we do when the bishop is in the room. So good to see you, Bishop. Thank you for joining us. 154 weeks. Cheryl, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here. And we're just excited because we are literally 2 weeks away. Hey, Brendan Middleton, probably one of the best nail techs in the country, right here in Savannah. So she's here as well. Kels, good to see you, Kels, from wherever you are and whatever it is you're doing. But you know we are only 2 weeks away from the 3rd anniversary of Friday Night Live. We're only 2 weeks away from the 3rd anniversary. That meant for 3 years, every single Friday, we've gotten together. And we've shared, we've laughed, we've cried, we've shared information. And so that is what we do. And I am so grateful to all of you for doing that. So a couple of things we want you to do. First thing we want you to do is like the page, right? Like the page. Like this page. Do me a favor, like this page, okay? Can you do that? Like the page. All right. Second thing I want you to do is after you like the page, I want you to share the page. Good to see Diva Shantae right on as well. And Iron Bull has another show coming. Helen, thank you very much. And we're going to talk about St. Patrick's Day. Hey, Dr. Miller, good to see you. Greta has joined us as well. Again, we are so excited that we made it another week. It was not guaranteed to us that we would make another week, and yet we have, and so we are grateful for that. And so we want you to go ahead and like the page. We want you to share the page, okay? Wow. Faye Law has joined us, and she said she was going to join us. And it's not Fright Night Live. It's Friday Night Live. But it's your first time. We'll let it go this time, okay? We'll let it go this time. Angelia is on with us. Thank you for joining us. And Laura Renee Smith from Pennsylvania has popped up again. She's been slipping lately, but we hope that you're doing fine. And shows up right behind her, Debbie Williams Walker. Debbie Williams Walker, Debbie Williams Walker. Good to see you. And Edna, I am grateful for all of you and for what we've been able to do. Good to see Janine Brown on with us as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yes, I'm going to get to that, but we're going to make sure to do it. Third thing we want you to do is we do every Friday night. You know this. It's Tara Strong. Hashtag Tara Strong. 3 green apple hearts and then the special red Friday Night Live red heart for our girl who is now 50 years old. 50 years old. And Adrian is sending Savannah Strength from my hometown of Brooklyn, New York. Brownsville never ran, never will. Representing, sending love is spreading love is the Brooklyn way. That's what we do. So we're sending love out to our girl Tara. That's what we do. Darren, good to see you. Appreciate that. And so thank you. Let's go ahead and send out our love to our girl Tara. So thank you all so much for that. Been a very, very busy week. Want to talk a little bit about it. So March is Women's History Month. Women's History Month. And so we want to send out love to all of our ladies. I want you to know that I love you, appreciate you all, and we know that women are that backbone of our country. Women are the backbone of our families. Women are the backbone of our communities. It just is what it is. Good to see you, Mardell. We appreciate that. When men did not step up, women did step up. Good to see you, Miss Alberti. I hope you are doing better as well. Iron Bull, I do not have any information. You can inbox me. Unbreakable. Celestine's called me, hey, handsome mayor. Nah, I'll take that. Thank you. All right, if you say I am, I'm not going to argue with you. If you say I'm handsome, then I'll take it. And John, yes, I am from New York, and he's from B-More as well. I appreciate that. Appreciate y'all sending out all the love that you all are sending out as well. So it's been very, very busy week, extremely busy week. I have been all over the place. It has been nuts. Really, it has been really, really nuts. And so I wanted to make sure. Wait, let me see something. I wanted to send you all the latest, just so that you could see it. I wanted you all have the opportunity, if you want to, feel so inclined to be able to follow, you can follow. Let's see. Yes. Oh, wow. Junior. Hey, good to see you, Junior. And Sharon, I did see Sharon in Chick-fil-A. Sharon took great care of me in Chick-fil-A, and I appreciate what you all do in Chick-fil-A. Y'all got a machine over there, so I appreciate you all for that, Sharon, as well. And Lauren is from New York, 21st Street between 7th and 8th. So thank you, Heather. Good to see you as well. And again, Carol has given us the theme is celebrating women who tell our stories. Women are our stories. So thank you all, ladies, for being able to do that. Thank you for creating and making history as well. And I wanted to send you all one of my new aliases. And so for those of you who feel so inclined, no pressure, you can go ahead and click on that and join that as well. So thank you. Candy Girl is on. Good to see you, Candy. Thank you for joining us. And Faye, she says she's from Flatbush. John, I'm checking with the people in Flatbush to see if they know her. We'll see how it goes. I'm from around that side. Good to see you, Paula, as well. So let me tell you how the week went. Well, let me tell you about the shirt. So first of all, this shirt, let's see, it says, this shirt saves lives. So today I was participating with the St. Jude with Cumulus Broadcasting. So I was on the stations of Cumulus Broadcasting, and this is the shirt that saves lives. We certainly encourage you to support the St. Jude Foundation. They do amazing work, and I did not know until it happened to someone I loved. Um, Miss Little Miss Melanie was 13 years old and was diagnosed. I've known her since she was a baby. I held her as a baby. Had the most amazing smile, and she was diagnosed with a rare brain tumor. And yet her parents never had to worry about a bill. They never had to worry about their expenses. They never had to remember any of that, and they took care of her. It was expensive medical care. Some of it was experimental medical care. It cost a lot of money, and St. Jude took care of it all. Unfortunately, uh, Melanie did not survive, but I'm convinced that her time was longer, and her parents' um, fears were somewhat alleviated because of the work that St. Jude did. And so I'm appreciative for them. And so this year, when I went to Cumulus to talk about what they have done, it was personal because I saw it. I saw that they were paying, you know, her parents' rent. That they paid her transportation, they gave her a place to stay, and all of the medical care. The love that they gave was real. And so, we've asked people to donate to St. Jude. I would not have realized it. Even when I've donated to them in the past, I never realized until it was somebody I knew just how amazing they were. So that's why I have the shirt on today. And so this shirt saves lives, and you will get a shirt if you donate. I think they ask for $19 a month, and y'all know we blow more than that. So that's I'm wearing this today for Melanie, and love her and miss her as well. So good to see Scott. I did see you. Thank you very much, Pastor Thurman Tillman. Good to see you a couple of times this week, and I appreciate you sending your representative to represent you. So let me tell you about this week. Let me tell you how crazy this week was. Hey, Twiggy, good to see you. So Saturday night, I left. Many of you may not know this, but I run a program called the Chatham County Youth Commission, and so the Chatham County Youth Commission is a governmental engagement program. Hey, Margarita, it teaches young people about government. It's owned by the Chatham County Commission. I started working with the program when I was employed with Chatham County, and when I retired from Chatham County, I just kept on doing it because it was just something I was passionate about, and it was something that I enjoyed doing. The program has been in effect 31 years. I have been running it for 28 of those 31 years. Um, hey, thank you, Miss Sarah. I appreciate that. Margarita, thank you. Uh, Carlitha, good to see you. And so um, every year we take kids because we realize that if you're going to make a difference, good to see Reverend Janice um, and Kim Slats. I'm going to announce that as well. We're going to have a makeup match. But um, so every year, we realize if you're going to change children's worldview, you have to take them away from where they are. You have to show them things. So for years, I've been taking young people across the country, being able to expand their minds, to expose them, to have them have different experiences, to be able to educate them. And so that's just kind of what I do. And so for those of you who know me, that's what I do every year. And most times because there's so many kids, it's on a bus, so that's not really fun. But it is intoxicating for me when you see a young person and the bulb goes off in their head and you can see it in their eyes that it's just something that's meaningful for them. Wow, Monica Thornton has joined us, so good to see you, ma'am. Lucille is on. Loretta Allen, good to see you, Miss Loretta, as well. And so this year we did the trip in 2020. We did not do it in 2021. That's right. Thank you, Miss Susan. I appreciate that. Jackie, hello. And so, usually we'll take them to D.C., we'll take them to Philadelphia, we've gone to Delaware. I usually take them to New York every year. They go to see a Broadway show, which is interesting because many of their parents have not gone to see a Broadway show. Hey, Gail, good to see you. Um, we take them to professional sports games because all of a sudden we want them to see it. We want them to be able to experience it because when they come back, now they know what is possible. If young people just see what they see every single day, their worldview is limited to what they see every single day. But when you take them out and they see other things, they come back and now their dreams are taking on a higher level. And so we probably have over 1,500 graduates over the last 31 years, 32 years. And I've had most of them. And now, I mean, these young people in their 40s and they're doing amazing things. More importantly, they're parents and they are, they're good citizens. They're engaged in government. And so, that's something that I'm very, very passionate about. And we see Miss Julia Carter on, y'all. So y'all know the drill. Let's give Miss Julia some love. So I'm gonna give her some love because she's on. And so, the older I get, the problem is this: the kids stay the same, the age. I get older. So, you think about 28 years ago when I started this, doing this in 1995, I was a lot different than I am now. And so, I rode on a bus, and that's how we get around. So we left Saturday night, got on a bus, and we usually take about 40 kids, but because of COVID, in the past, our numbers have been a little bit lower, so we took 25 kids. And so we got on the bus and we went to Washington, and we went to Mount Vernon, and they explored the home of George Washington, and so they had an opportunity to see that and to lay a wreath at the grave of George and Martha Washington. But what really got them, and I saw the light bulb go off, was that for those of you who've been in Mount Vernon, there is a monument there to slaves, to enslaved people, and young people went over there and they saw the unmarked graves of people who were enslaved, people who worked on that plantation called Mount Vernon, people who were, some may be their ancestors, some may be not. But I think, hey, Miss Phyllis, good to see you. But it clicked to them that, we talk about slavery and we talk about all those things in a very abstract, situation. But the reality was that it was real. And, you saw the somberness come over them, I think, as they realized, as they felt the spirits of people that were in that space that sacrificed and that died and that lived under some really rough circumstances. And I saw the bulb go off. So we went from there. We went to the United States Holocaust Museum. Again, one of the kids before we got there said they didn't think the Holocaust was real. They heard that somewhere or another. And when it was all over, they were like, no, this was absolutely real. You see the light bulb go off. You see now they start understanding where they fit in the whole world view of things. That, things that are crazy, that if we are not very careful, that, we will repeat that behavior. And so then you start understanding how history plays in. Good to see you, Ivory, and happy birthday. Good to see you, Robin McDaniel Beck from Kansas City, Missouri. So, it was significant. From there, we went over to, where did we go? They went to the MLK monument. They had a chance to see that. They went to the the Lincoln Memorial, had a chance to be able to see that. And then, I left that night and came back to Savannah. And I left that night and got back late that night. And then the next morning, Savannah was on the Today Show. And so it was amazing. I mean, being there with Kim Gusby, and everybody loves Kim Gusby and WSAB, as we were able to highlight Savannah before a national TV audience, talking about how great Savannah is as a winter getaway, but we know Savannah is a great place to be every winter, spring, summer, and fall. So that was great. That was about a 3 to 5 minute segment, and then I went and got back on the plane and went back to D.C. because the kids were still there. So they went to the Capitol, had a tour of the Capitol. We went to the African American Museum there. Again, they had an opportunity. Hey, Pat, to see, and it starts clicking. And please, ma'am and sirs, you know, we give our kids things, but we have to give our kids experiences. We have to help them to see stuff and experience stuff. And, again, they walked out of this African American Heritage Museum and they're like, whoa. And then from there, we went to the Museum of Natural History. And then I left and went to a reception at the White House to set up something for them for the next day. The next day, we got up and, we met with Representative Buddy Carter. And so they had a chance to be able to meet their congressman. They met Senator Jon Ossoff, who was gracious and took time to meet with the kids, even though he was very, very busy. They met with Senator Raphael Warnock from Savannah, had opportunity to talk to him and talk about the high schools they go to that he was very familiar with as well. Good to see you, Catalina. Good to see you, Michelle. Again, awesome experiences. And then we went to the White House. We went to the White House. And so kids from this community had an opportunity to be in the White House. And they had the opportunity to watch the president leave the White House aboard Marine One. He was headed to Virginia Beach, and so they had opportunity to see that, to be able to happen. Again, creating those experiences for young people. So I flew away, and I came right back, and then we went back on the bus, and I got back on Wednesday morning, and I felt like trash ever since. Can't really do this bus thing. I mean, I'm just getting old. This gets rough. But again, creating opportunities. So it was an amazing week for us. And so I wanted to talk about that. The other thing I wanted to talk about was two things. One thing, let me see. Hey, thank you, Z. Hey, Andre, thank you very much. Again, we want to create those opportunities. Today, for those of you that might remember, and it's important that you do remember, today in 1857, the largest sale of enslaved people took place in 1859. The largest sale of enslaved people was held here in Savannah, Georgia. It was a absentee plantation owner named Pierce Butler. He had some gambling debts, and he had to authorize the sale of about 436 men, women, children, and infants to be sold over a course of 2 days. And this was to satisfy his gambling debts. And so essentially what happened was, he had his slaves basically in Darien, but the Butlers of South Carolina and Philadelphia actually had most of their slaves just south of Darien, Georgia. And so they chose Savannah because of its proximity to the Darien, Georgia estate. And at the time, Savannah was really known for a center for slave trading. And so Pierce Butler at the time advertised the sale in the Savannah Republican and the Savannah Morning News, basically saying, for sale, long cotton and rice Negroes, and that they will be sold on March the 2nd and March the 3rd in Savannah. And so the slaves were brought to the racetrack about 4 days before the auction started, allowing buyers and inspectors to look at them. And so could you imagine the demeaning experience of people looking at these humans who happen to be enslaved, looking at their teeth, looking at their arms, picking and prodding at them. Um, and they said that the first sale day that there were about 200 buyers that were present, and it said it rained so bad on those 2 days, which was the Ten Brock racetrack, which was not far from here, um, that it was like God was crying, and hence it was called the weeping time. And so that was the issue. We know that the slaves were brought to Savannah mostly by steamboat and train. We know they were held in the stables of the race course. We know that they huddled together and they ate and slept on the floor. We know that um, oftentimes skin color played a role in who was purchased and who wasn't, but we do know all of these enslaved people were dark skinned. We also know that when it was all said and done, out of 436, 429 of these enslaved people um, were sold. And they were sold. So we know that out of those 436, 429 were sold. There were seven of them who went back to Darien because of either age or infirm, and so that is the deal. And so it's called Weeping Time. It's observed on March the 2nd and 3rd. There is a commemoration going on near the property at Brock Elementary School, I believe tomorrow at 10 o'clock. But again, this is history that is happening right here in our community. So just wanted you to know that. Hey, Angela, my real sister, good to see you as well. Um, and again, we want to make sure people understand what's happening and what happened. Hey, Aretha, thank you for joining us. So that was a huge moment in American history in which Savannah was prominent, something certainly we're not proud of. But we recognize that, on that date, 429 people, men, women, boys, and girls, who were um, together. That was the last time many of them saw each other. Families were broken up and spread across the country, never to see each other again. And their last family reunion was held right here in Savannah. And so, although we're not proud of it, we recognize the fact that they lived, their lives had meaning, and that's why things like DNA is important because we're able to find out where people ended up and how families moved and moved around. So that was something else I wanted to talk about. Um, well, Karen Wortham is on. Karen could probably tell. I know Karen can tell the story better than me. Karen is a awesome historian, as she knows all of this stuff. Good to see Michelle and Mr. Bill on. Um, and Michelle says her son-in-law had a stroke and in the hospital. So let me go ahead and send some care to you. Um, so we appreciate you, Michelle, for letting us know that. So that was something else I wanted to talk about because obviously um, when we live and exist, because somebody sacrificed, and we may never ever know those names. Although we have the names, but we never know where they ended up. And could you imagine that in a moment, a twinkle of an eye, your child is taken away from you and you never see them again? Um, oh, wow. Cynthia came back? Wow. That's all right, Cynthia. We appreciate that. Thank you. Um, so I wanted to share that big bit of history about that. Hey, good to see Dr. Spencer Ellis White the third on. So good to see you. The other thing I wanted to talk about was, and I think you have to show gratefulness where gratefulness is. Good to see you, Lizanne. Thanks for joining us. Tia, hello. Um, Let me tell you this, and I'm saying it, and I'm not saying it as good to see the legend himself, Tyrone Hollywood Brown. Thank good to see you, sir. But I'm saying this in a true spirit of gratefulness. So, y'all know we have not had a homicide in the city of Savannah since December the 23rd, 2022. We have not had a person to die because of violence in our community since December the 23rd, 2022. And that one was a domestic situation. It has been well over 20 years at least because we didn't keep records that far back. We had no homicides in January. We had no homicides in February. And so far, no homicides in the first 2 days of March. And I say that because prayer without works is dead. A lot of y'all been praying, and prayers work. But a lot of us have also been working. And you can't have the prayer without the works. And you can't have the works without the prayer. And they go in together. Good to see you, Joe. And so we'll take it for what it is. And we know, hey, good to see you, Lavoria, that this can change in a moment and a twinkling of an eye. We know we can have 3 or 4 homicides back to back to back. We know that. But I think that we have to celebrate the blessings that we have been afforded, that no one has lost their lives in this community in that amount of time. Now, some folks have been shot. Teenagers shooting teenagers. And again, y'all know I don't even want to get on that and where I am about that. You know, we just have too many guns, guns in the wrong hands. Kids should not have guns, and they have guns, where they getting the guns from, and all that kind of stuff. But I will tell you that with the prayer has come a significant amount of work from a significant amount of people. Not only to include our council for providing funding and providing vision to be implemented, our police department, of course, and the work that they do in helping to build relationships. Also, not only our police department, but our new ONES office, our Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, in which we're working with in neighborhoods, non-law enforcement. We're just getting to know people. We're just getting ready to, we know the mamas and the grandmamas, and we're just, in the communities getting to know people. I mean, it's our behavioral health unit because we're looking at issues that happen as it relates to mental health, that that all mental health issues don't require a law enforcement response, which is why we have clinicians riding with police officers to be able to try to address those issues. So yes, that's going on. But then it's also the great folks in Memorial Health, because I've seen them in trauma. I've seen them in the emergency room. I've seen them working on people, and it's through their work, their expert work, that some folks are walking around here that may not be working otherwise. It's our fire department sometimes being the first responder on the scene because they get there quicker than everybody else. And so that's the work side. But again, I'm convinced that you can work all day long. There are a lot of communities that are working, and maybe they're not praying, but I thank you all for praying, because I still believe that prayer changes things, and prayer changes people, and people change things. So prayer without works is dead. And so, for what it is, I spoke to Reverend Billy Hester today, and I don't know if you noticed, but at Asbury Memorial Church on Waters Avenue, and I guess that would be Henry Street, they put up a orange ribbon every time someone has died due to homicide. And to this date, there is no ribbon there. So I'm just grateful. I mean, I can't speak for tonight. I can't speak for tomorrow, but I am so grateful for what has happened up to this point. Up to this point. And so, you know, if y'all gonna criticize us, when it all goes bad, we'll take it. But we also want to make sure we're grateful when things are going well. And so we know that things, you know, often change and sometimes they will. But, you know, again, a lot of great work by a lot of great people. Good to see Whitney Gilliard about AAPI Task Force as well. Thank you so much for joining us. What else I wanted to talk about? Um, I've been looking at that Alex Murdoch thing. Um, I felt he was guilty. I thought he was going to get off though. I thought he was going to get off because he just had so much jail looking at him that you know. But that was quick. Um, Serving on juries is important, and so you know, y'all serve on juries. When you have a jury of your peers or people, you know, I mean, again, I mean, you know, that's the purpose of it. I mean, you know, and some of y'all I know, and I'm not calling no names, but some of y'all run away from serving on juries. We need people to sit on juries. You know, if not, then you don't have people, the people in all of that. You just don't have the people there that are engaged in all of that. So, you know, so y'all go ahead and do it. But you know, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. So justice occurs when people get involved. Um, you know, in the criminal justice system, we need people to be actively engaged and involved in that. So I think that was all I had to talk about. I had so much to talk about, and I was just kind of pouring it all out. Um, Today we had a great time. Um, okay, so Karen is giving us an opportunity I can't see. Karen says that tomorrow Fort Pulaski is celebrating Deacon March Haynes Day, who was a deacon at First African Baptist Church to help slaves escape to freedom. There is storytelling, firing of the cannons from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And March 4th, which is tomorrow, is free admission to everyone. So if you have the opportunity to do that, go ahead and do it. Share it. But y'all start taking your kids out to that stuff. Let them learn about that kind of stuff. We wonder why kids don't have a good worldview because we never gave them one. Get them off of those doggone games, machines, and those phones and stuff. And I mean, what I've learned even through this last trip, I mean, you know, kids were involved with everything else. I mean, they were listening, they were watching, they were learning, and that's what this is all about. So go ahead and give your kids some experience. Um, so I think that's all I had to really talk about. We were at Blackshear today. Blackshear Park, we refurbished those courts. Pastor Manuel, good to see you, sir. Thanks for joining us. Um, and so, as a part of that, the police played the firefighters, and the firefighters crushed the police officers. And so now I'm going to have to come off the bench to help play for the police officers to help them to win, because right now they looked really, really bad. The firefighters got out there. They must have been practicing because they would look like a highlight reel on our police officers. So don't worry about it, Savannah Police. I'm coming out to help you and help y'all get it together. I'm going to help. I'm going to get my jersey off. And Miss Patricia can tell you, yes, it was so good to see you. And I appreciate you and all that you do. So that's all I had. I think any questions, anything I can answer. Let's see. Patrina says, can I address the public Chatham area transit system? It's not working for the Savannah people who actually need to ride for different reasons. I cannot. I have nothing to do with Chatham area transit. I have nothing to do with it, other than we appoint a person to it, and that's Alderman Dietrich Leggett. You can contact Alderman Leggett. They have the county commissioners, several of them on there. You can call Kat directly. Ms. Faye Damasio, she is on here quite often. If you inbox me, I'll connect you to her. But yeah, I don't have anything to do with Chatham Area Transit. So Sorry, Patrina, can't do it, but I hope that um, Baby is doing okay. BB. Hey, Miss Sadie Campbell has joined us. Thank you so much. Good to see you, Miss Sadie. Always good to see Miss Sadie on with us. Miss Sadie is a superstar, y'all. I think she is the most senior person um, on Friday Night Live. So, y'all, we just give her love because she's her. And she is on Facebook and she is here. And we always appreciate having her on. Um, so thank you very much. Um, well, Helen, you asked a good question. I promise you I was working on it, but every time I try to get it together, I get messed up. Matter of fact, I was in Jens and Friends. Jens and Friends is open again on Bull Street between Broughton and Congress Street, and so she offered for us to do it there, and I wouldn't mind doing it there. The question is, do we do it on a Friday Night Live night, or do we do it on another night and just get people together? So that's what I'm trying to figure out. But because I mean it's our 33-year anniversary. Now we did meet some people at my announcement, so that was cool. But no, we need to figure something out. It's been 3 years. It's time for us to get together. So um, hey, Joanne, it's been a while. She had to go home to Kentucky to take care of her mom. Well, you did the right thing. You need to go take care of your mom, and I hope that she is doing all right, Joanne. So I'm gonna give you some love because you taking care of your mama. You need to take care of your mama. John says money did not have Favos. Hey, Miss Linda, thank you so much for all you do. So, any other questions? Anything I can answer? Um, this is your, this is your opportunity to do that. There's something that you want to know, some burning question you have. I am more than willing to try to answer it to the best of my ability. Um, so if there are questions or things, please let me know. This is your time. I am here. Ask a question, and I will give you the best answer I can give you. Any questions? Questions? Avi is behaving, so okay. Um, Patrina wants to. All right, so Patrina, inbox me, okay, and I will connect you to Miss Faye Damasio of Chatham Area Transit. I will do that, okay? Um, Thank you, Miss Shirley. Yeah, we're gonna we don't want to put out signs too soon because the weather just kills them. But we will do that. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate you. I appreciate that as well. Um, and Jean, thank you so much. Cassandra says I'm tired. I am tired. I am tired. Um, I'm worn out. It's been a week. I just can't hang like I used to. I just can't. I can't. St. Patrick's Day is coming up, so that's a big time for us. Actually, St. Patrick's Day is on a Friday, and so um, I'm supposed to go to this dinner. I got to figure out how to do Friday Live and still do the dinner. I got to figure that out. Whitney says they just got feedback from an AAPI citizen who shared how glad she is of the task force. I am very happy about AAPI task force. So thank you so much. Dennis, thank you so much as well. Ivy is fussing. Um, so please, um, if you would, teach your mom. Terry, just go ahead and deal with Ivy, please. Thank you very much. Alicia, though, you're super late, but we're glad that you're here, giving you some love. Thank you, Michelle, and show love to Mr. Bill for us as well, and we hope that your son-in-law does better. Catherine, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And Faye wants to get my shirt. If you go to that, what I put on this website, um, if you can go there and send us a message there, we'll get it to you. Um, Wait a minute. So Z, you want to know, are food vendors coming back? No. We want our local businesses to win. And so if we're bringing food vendors from all over the place, then how do our folks that pay taxes here every year ever really make any money? So, you know, I've told them, I've insisted that this year again, we want our local businesses to win. If people are going to come from all over the country to Harold and Savannah, they better come eat food that's here in Savannah all the time. So, you know, so it's an opportunity to help them to win. So, Curtis wants to know, why don't we ever see your family? I seem like a catch. So, um, I hope you're not like tripping. Well, I'm not married. I don't have any children, and my family lives mostly in New York. So, and this is my elected thing, so I don't know why I would have like kids and stuff like sitting on my lap while I'm doing this. But sometimes I do. And so for people who watch us, um, you know, this is you see my family every week on Friday Night Live. All these people on here. This is my family right here, Curtis, and they join me every week. That's my family, a whole couple of hundred of them. Every Friday they show up and they're with me, and so that's my family. It's my Friday Night Live family. That's what we call them for real. Um, John says that he would come off of retirement. Yeah, we need you to, the way this thing kind of went down. Avi's going to celebrate her birthday. Happy birthday, Avi. Um, Patrina, how can you be a part of the team? Um, send inbox me and we'll deal with that. Um, Thurman wants to know, what are they doing around Oglethorpe, around Farm Street by SCAD? I don't know. I've seen these big generators there, and I see the lights. It's not a city project. I think it's owned by SCAD, but that's a good question. I ride by it every day, and I looked at it, but I wondered what it is. So um, I'll find out for you next week. Thank you, Ms. Rockin' Robin. We appreciate you as well. And thank you, Michelle. Um, why did I raise taxes? Curtis, what are you talking about, man? Man, City of Savannah taxes are the lowest they've been in 35 years. Every year this administration, we've dropped taxes. So we didn't raise taxes. So wrong city. You might want to call someone else, but not this city. Our taxes are the lowest they've been in 35 years. And you can check that. Happy birthday to Miss LaWanda Tillman. And Whitney's going to snuggle with her baby. Thank you. Hey, Joe Ray Jenkins, thank you for joining us. Adrian, about reach out concerning governing graffiti. Yeah, I saw a lot of that today. Um, just call 311, Adrian. Um, call 311 and um, put in a request. We've seen more. We're not usually a city that has a lot of graffiti, but we've started seeing that. So there's a couple of taggers who moved into town, and so we have to deal with them. Good to see you, Marsha. Thank you. I appreciate you. And oh yeah, Paula, I did see some Friday Night Live friends at Taurus 50. I did. Thank you, Miss Julia. I appreciate that. Terry says I'm met. Mr. Perry, you're here to make a positive difference. Um, all right, thank you very much. Thank you, Miss Alicia. Crap. Let me see. Um, let's see. Curtis, well, you see my support system right now. Um, you know, and they're really trying to see how you handle me, because, you know, if you kind of come at me wrong, they're gonna really deal with you. So um, this is my support system. They got me through 3 years of my administration. I would not have been able to do it without the love, the care, the support, the questions, even the challenging of these amazing people. Thank you, B. Michelle. Thank you, Patricia. And thank you, Miss Lawanda. Hey, James, good to see you, sir. Thank you so much. And thank you, Helen. I appreciate that. My t-shirt says that this shirt saves lives. Let me see if I can show you again. This shirt saves lives. That's what it says. Let me see what it says. This shirt saves lives. See it? This is is for Saint Jude. Saint Jude. And so I've encouraged people to give love for St. Jude. Um, and Patricia will get you some. I'll let you know when it's available. And Richard, I'm glad that you and Joya are back in our city. We're glad that you're home, and we're glad that you're contributing to our community. Thank you, Patty, as well. Um, I reduced the millage rate. Yes, we did. But we increased. No, no, no. That's not how it goes, Curtis. We reduced the millage rate, but not to what was considered the rollback rate, which is why we had to have hearings. But we reduced the tax rate. If your valuation goes up, meaning your property costs more, then you might pay more taxes because the value of your property has gone up. What we charge in taxes is what we charge in taxes. We have reduced that rate, but you get the benefit because now you have more equity in your home. That's why we had hearings in accordance with Georgia law, because we did not adopt the rollback rate. Let's see. Oh, let me tell you, I went to Juliet Low Elementary School. I meant to tell you about it. I went to Juliet Low Elementary School and hung out with the great young people at Juliet Low Elementary School. And so I did that. And I read, it was Dr. Seuss's birthday and Read Across America Day. And so thank you to the principal there. I appreciate that. Miss Wright, Taisha Wright, thank you for having me there. Ms. Jones, thank you for having me there. All of the amazing teachers and the young people, and particularly the the pre-K and kindergarten people that thought I was Martin Luther King and thought I was Dr. Seuss. Thank you too. I appreciated that. Curtis, no, we did not raise taxes. We reduced the tax rate. I mean, I'm not going back and forth with you this. We reduced the tax rate. The tax rate is reduced from what it is. You don't only pay City of Savannah taxes. You actually pay a higher rate for county taxes and school board taxes. But the City of Savannah reduced its rate. So your tax bill is the culmination of what you pay for city, county, and school board. Just so that you know. Let me see. And then I went to Savannah High today and spent some time with the kids at Savannah High and Savannah Early College as well. So, um, yes. Thank you, Cassandra. I appreciate that. Desiree says, you see, between me and Dr. King, it was so funny because I'm in here and it was a couple of, those kids are so funny because when you go into elementary, that's why I love reading there and helping there. When I go to elementary schools and kindergarten schools, maybe first grade, sometimes they know who I am. Um, no, Laura, I know who Curtis is. Curtis just got off of being blocked, so I mean, I know what the deal is with him. But the funny part about it was um, I was in the elementary, and I mean, I'm sorry, I was in the pre-K and the kindergarten, and they said, "Oh, look, um, do you know who this is?" And they're like, "Dr. Seuss," and I'm like, "No." And kids said, "That's Martin Luther King." And so a couple of days said, "I'm Martin Luther King." And then somebody said I was Barack Obama, and I'm like, "Oh, y'all really messing up now." But it was just funny. Um, and Curtis, I don't know. I'm not over the school system. Why don't you ask somebody in the school system? Public education still works. Public education still works in Savannah, Chatham County. We still graduate great people every single year. So anyway, Linda Wilder Bryan, good to see the great alderwoman from the third district. Great time at Blackshear today. Always good to see you. Appreciate all that you do. So yeah, that was funny. Just you go to those kids, and then when you hug one, one will come up and hug you, and then all of them start hugging you, and you can't go nowhere because every single one wants to hug you. And I'm like, I have to do this more. I mean, this is awesome. Um, and some of them never met their mayor. Some of their parents never met their mayor. So I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to educate their families. Um, you know, Curtis, we're officially ignoring you for the rest of tonight. So you can sit there and talk about public education all you want to. This is the city of Savannah. This is not the school system. And you can ask your rhetorical questions all you want. You need some friends. And so obviously, well, friends that are interested in hearing that. So we're not interested in hearing that. I have nothing to do with that. And so, Karen, help him with a project, help keep him busy. Also, yeah, y'all keep Shauna, y'all give Shauna some love. She is the wife, the widow of my big brother, Dan Slice Kennedy. And, it's hard. And I know that Miss Julia knows. I mean, when the phone calls start coming and you're now on one income, life changes. And maybe we can figure out a way to do something for Miss Shauna. All right. So thank you very much. And Patricia says, let me see. Oh, yeah, Patricia's thanking Linda. Okay. So anything else for y'all? I'm thinking we'll go sit down somewhere. It's been a long, long day. No, well, remember I had a nice federal injunction, and remember when I told the court that if you acted inappropriately, that you would be blocked again. And I'm serious about that, Curtis. So, um, you can sit on here all day long. That's how you. If I'm occupying that much rent in your head, that's what you want to sit there and do. That's fine with me, because you're thinking about me. I'm not really thinking about you. So, but thank you very much, and Keith, I agree with you. Thank you so much. And we gonna love the hell right out of Curtis. How about that? So Curtis got off the block list because Curtis wrote. He contacted us and was just being all nice and whiny and everything, asking to come back on. So that's why he got let back on. But you keep on. Yeah. It's a shame that Curtis Curtis needs that attention, but if that's what he wants to do. That's what he could do as well. So maybe all y'all should block him. That's the way we do that. So, Lynn, thank you very much. Anything else? No problem, Curtis. But again, you act inappropriately, you will be blocked again. And I made that very clear to you. So you try me. Hey, Mark, good to see you. Good to see you, sir. Alan Wright, good to see you as well. And that's going to do it. That's going to do it. That's going to do it. That's going to do it for me. Yeah, my pre-K kids act better than curse. Yeah, I know. Thank you. God bless you all. Appreciate you. We are Savannah Strong. Hey, Chuck. Good evening. Good to see you as well. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Curtis is making me hot, and he doesn't realize that he's making me hot because, like I said, I don't sit around. I don't go on Curtis's timeline because, I just don't. So, anyway, love y'all. Ain't nothing you can do about it, even Curtis. All right, Noble Butch, good to see you. Have a good night, and I will see you soon. Hey, Dr. Francois, good to see you. Good night, good night, good night. Thank you for being Savannah Strong.